Good day, my beautiful people. I trust you're all doing great. This is Mr. Benjamin Ogundoro, a businessman. He is 50 years old. He met and married his wife, Chinyere Ogundoro, in 2004. His wife worked in a bank and was doing very well. While the wife was pregnant with their third baby, she called her family and told them that Mr. Benjamin was always beating her up and she could no longer tolerate his beatings and would like to separate from Mr. Benjamin. Her family agreed, and with the help of her aunt, she moved out of Mr. Benjamin's house and rented an apartment in Jakande Estate, Mile 2, Lagos State. There, she bought a land and built a 3-bedroom bungalow. She later reconciled with her husband, Mr. Benjamin, and they had a fourth child after the reconciliation. Mrs. Chinyere gained admission at a university in Scotland to run a master's degree program, and she relocated to Scotland with her husband, Mr. Benjamin, and their 4 children. While in Scotland, Mr. Benjamin beats her up and also tried to use a machete on her. After a while, Mr. Benjamin Ogundoro became frustrated and decided to leave Scotland to come back to Nigeria. While in Nigeria, when he got back to Nigeria, he tried to sell the 3-bedroom bungalow his wife had built, but discovered that the documents to the house was in his wife's name. This really made him very sad because he couldn't sell the house. While in Scotland, Mrs. Chinyere got to know that her husband was trying to sell her house, so she came back to Nigeria in April this year. Her younger brother, Ifeanyi Edozie, was the one who picked her up at the airport. But he didn't go back to his house. He decided to sleep in the sister's house, Chinyere's house, that night. While they were sleeping, Mr. Benjamin Ogundoro came back that night very late and was knocking angrily on the door. Ifeanyi got up to open the door and he was like, why did they have to lock him out that night? He said, Ifeanyi explained that they didn't lock him out because he had the key. He was furious and he was cursing both his wife and the younger brother. But the wife and the younger brother didn't say anything to him. He kept saying all the things he said to them. They were quiet. They didn't say anything. And they later slept off that night. They both slept off that night. While they slept, Mr. Benjamin poured petrol on both of them, lit a match, and went out. His wife, Mrs. Chinyere, burnt beyond recognition, while Ifeanyi escaped but later died. Mr. Benjamin Ogundoro has been arrested by the Lagos State Police Command. I'd like us to leave our reactions to this. I also leave mine. This is really it's a serious matter that people, when they're in a toxic relationship, they know this is a toxic relationship, they are supposed to leave that relationship for good. If Mrs. Chinyere had left that relationship, she would have lived. It's good that when people are in a toxic relationship, they should realize on time so that they won't have to tell stories that will touch the heart. So please, I'd like you to learn from this story and save yourself. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.